Never throw away dead watch batteries, because there is a secret you might not know about. This secret appears very simple, yet the results can truly amaze you. Many people consider non-functional watch batteries to be nothing more than worthless trash. Yet, despite its small size, there is actually something that can be utilized for a fascinating experiment. In this video, I'm going to find out for myself whether a watch battery deemed dead is truly useless, or if it actually holds surprising potential. So, make sure to watch this video all the way through, because you'll get to see the results firsthand at the end. Who knows? After learning this secret, you might never just throw away old watch batteries again. Let's get straight to the experiment. As you can see, this is a completely dead battery. There is no usable power left, so most people would likely just consider it trash. But hold on, we are actually going to use this seemingly useless battery for an experiment that might yield unexpected results. Let's find out together if there are still secrets hidden inside. Now, I'm going to carefully open up the outer casing. As you can see, inside this watch battery, there are actually several small components that most people aren't aware of. At first glance, it might not look like anything special, but this is precisely the part we're going to utilize. So, don't be too quick to dismiss this used battery as useless. Stick with the video until the end, because I'm about to show you the next step, and the final result might just surprise you. Now, take a close look. Once this battery is opened, you can clearly see what's inside. It might look like an ordinary component, but this is actually the part that's interesting to examine. Pay close attention to every step, because I'm about to show you what can be done with this small part, and the result might not be what you imagine. Now, first heat the water until it is really hot. Once the water is ready, we will use it in the next step. Make sure to proceed carefully to ensure safety. Don't miss the next part, because that is where the experiment starts to get really interesting. Once the water is thoroughly heated, pour it into a small container. Do this slowly and carefully to avoid spilling it or burning your hands. With everything ready, we will move on to the next step, the most exciting part of this experiment. This water is still really hot, so make sure to be careful when using it and avoid direct contact with your hands. Now that everything is ready, we'll move on to the next step to see what happens. Stay tuned until the end, because we're about to see the final result together. Next, we slowly place the dead watch battery into a container filled with hot water. Pay close attention to the process, as we will soon see if any changes occur. Be sure to watch until the end, because we will see the results of this experiment together. Next, we add a little salt to the water. Stir gently until the salt begins to dissolve. After that, we will observe whether any changes occur in the battery. Remember, this is just an experiment, so do not expect a completely dead battery to return to a like-new state. Let's see what the result is. Now, let the battery soak in the saltwater solution for approximately 15 minutes. During this process, we simply need to wait and observe whether any changes occur. After the 15 minutes are up, we will remove the battery and check the results of the experiment together. So, don't skip the video because we're about to see the final outcome. Remember, this battery really needs to be left sitting in the water for approximately 15 minutes. Do not lift or move it beforehand, so that the experiment proceeds according to the steps we are following. Once the 15 minutes are up, we will then remove the battery and see together if any changes have occurred. After letting it sit for approximately 15 minutes, remove the battery from the water and wipe it until it is completely dry. Ensure there is no residual water on the surface before proceeding to the next step. Handle it carefully to ensure safety. Now that the battery is thoroughly dry, we will immediately test it and observe the results of this experiment. Once the battery is completely dry, the next step is to let it sit in the sunlight for a while. Make sure to place the battery in a safe spot where it won't be disturbed. After the sun drying process is finished, we will move on to the next stage to see if there are any observable changes resulting from this experiment. So, be sure to watch the video through to the end. While waiting for the drying process to finish, let's use this time to clean the dirty watch. As you can see, there is still a lot of dust and grime clinging to the crevices of the watch. Clean it gently using a soft cloth or a dry tissue until it looks clean again. That way, when the battery is installed later, the watch will be in better condition and ready for testing. Next, we proceed to clean the entire watch thoroughly. Ensure there is no remaining dust, light rust or dirt, especially in the battery compartment. Clean it gently to keep all components safe. The cleaner the watch is, the easier it will be to observe the results once the battery is reinstalled. Once the cleaning is complete, we will move on to the next step. While waiting for the battery to finish sun drying, we don't have to just sit idle. We can use this time to ensure the watch is thoroughly clean. Gently clean every part, especially the battery compartment, to remove any dust or debris that might interfere with performance. This way, when we move on to the next step, the watch will be clean and ready for testing. Actually, a trick like this has been circulating for a long time, and many people are curious to try it out for themselves. Some claim it works, while others say they didn't see any change at all. That's why, in this video, we aren't just going to take it at face value. We're going to put it to the test by following each step in order and seeing the final result firsthand. So, stay tuned until the end. We're about to find out how this experiment turns out. Alright, the watch has now been cleaned, and all its parts have been neatly reassembled. Next, we'll take the battery that was left out to dry. Make sure it is completely dry before handling it. Then, we'll install it in the watch and see what happens. Will there be a change, or will the result remain the same? Let's find out in the next step. Alright, the battery has finished sun drying and looks completely dry. Now, let's put it back into the watch. Install it in the correct position, and then we'll see together if there are any changes after going through this entire experiment. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, so pay close attention to the final result. So, as you can see, the clock is working again after we completed this entire series of experiments. That's the results shown in this video. Thanks a lot for watching until the end. If you enjoy this kind of experimental content and interesting tips, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest videos from this channel. See you in the next video.